Bolivia remains in political limbo after Evo Morales resigned as president and was granted asylum in Mexico following a disputed election. What can we expect for the future of Bolivia? Hello, I'm Anand Naidu, and this is The Heat. The United Nations is urging the Bolivian government and supporters of self-exiled leader Evo Morales to begin talks to resolve the crisis in the country. More than 20 people died during recent political unrest. For now, Bolivia is run by Jeanine Anez, the former deputy Senate leader and a fierce critic of Morales. She's promised to call for new elections but hasn't set a date yet. To explain how Bolivia got into this situation, here's CGTN's Gerald.
Morales had been one of the longest-serving leaders in Latin America. In 2016, he held a referendum to extend presidential term limits. Morales lost, but then challenged that decision. 2 years ago, the Electoral Court declared that not allowing him to run again violated his human rights. The ruling was controversial. Fast forward to the elections last month. Morales ran for a fourth consecutive term and won, but election observers reported irregularities. The opposition said the vote was rigged and people took to the streets. November 10th, after weeks of unrest, the military said it was time for an embattled Morales to go. Later that day, he announced his resignation, but maintains he was pushed out illegally.
So far, the Legislative Assembly hasn't approved or rejected the resignation. If they haven't approved or rejected it, I can say that I'm still the president. The moment they approve my resignation, I am no longer president.
After nearly 14 years in power, Morales is now in exile in Mexico. But his departure appears to have only deepened Bolivia's crisis. After his allies in the legislature resigned, one of his fiercest critics, Jeanine Anez, assumed the position of interim president. She herself is facing calls to resign, but says she will call for new, transparent elections soon. Gerald, CGTN, Washington.